Well, semi-finals day, my goodness me, what great action we've seen so far, but our 3 matches to date have all been won and lost in 2 straight games. But some great badminton nonetheless. All started with the women's doubles and the number 3 seeds Matsutomo and Takahashi overcoming the world number 5 ranked pair Jang Ye-na and Kim So-young in 42 minutes. Then the Olympic champion Li Shuai making her first appearance here at the Yonex Open, Japan. Well, she's now through to her 5th final of the year, beating the Asian champion Sung Ji-hyun in the 2nd match on. And as we've just witnessed, Lee Chong-wei, the defending champion and 4-time winner, is now through to his 7th final here at the Japan Open, his 5th consecutive. Heartache, of course, for the home fans with Kenichi Tago going out, but my goodness, he can hold his head up high because he played very well indeed and fought very hard against the world number 1. Well, next semi-final is men's doubles, and we once again have defending champions and world number 1s. The world champions Mohammad Ahsan and Hendra Setiawan from Indonesia up against Hirokatsu Hashimoto and Noriyasu Hirata of Japan. Now, the Japanese pair have not been in a final of an international tournament for over 3 years. Can they break that duck and come back today and see themselves tomorrow in the final? Well, we're waiting to find out. I think the players are almost ready to come onto court, but then the last semi-final of the day will feature the Olympic mixed doubles champion Zhang Nan and Zhao Yunlei, 2-time winners of this title, up against Hawakawa, and a 2nd appearance of Misaki Matsutomo in that mixed doubles. So there's an eager anticipation with the fans here at the Metropolitan Gymnasium in Tokyo. Of course, this venue has been used at the previous Olympics, 1964 Olympic Games. Gymnastics, it's also staged the World Gymnastic Championships, I think it was a couple of years ago. And at the Olympics in 2020, this venue, I believe, will be used as the table tennis venue as well. It is a magnificent arena, I have to say. So, men's doubles up next. World champions against the home players. Yeah, it's quite warm here in Tokyo. No wonder they're fanning themselves, the spectators. So here they come.
From the semi-finalists in men's doubles.
Well, the defending champions, number 1 seeds, Mohammad Ahsan and Hendra Setiawan from Indonesia, beat Chai Biao and Hong Wei in last year's final. And their opponents, Hirokatsu Hashimoto and Noriyasu Hirata, missed their first ever semi-final here at their home event. Here are the defending champions, the world champions. Well, what a welcome return to form for this Japanese pair.
The umpire is Vin Mount, USA. The service judge is Cornelia Schroeder, Germany.
Court officials also been introduced to the fans. But as far as the Japanese pair are concerned, 3 times they've been quarter-finalists here at their home event. This year making their 6th appearance at the Yonex Open Japan. First semi-final in their home event. In fact, it's their first semi-final in any tournament since reaching the semi-final of the 2012 All England Championships. And it's been a long time coming. 27 months since their last semi-final for the Japanese pair. So when I say it's a welcome return to form, that is not an understatement. So to the defending champions though, and the #1 seeds, Mohammed Ahsan on the left as we look at them. 26 years of age, born in Palembang in South Sumatra. His partner, Indra Setiawan, from the ancient city of Malang. 29 years of age, they are the world #1s, became world #1s on the 21st of November last year. And their win-loss record for the year, well, they've played 3 individual tournaments prior to this. They won the All England title. And once again, to explain the 3 losses when they've only played 3 tournaments and they have won 1 title is the team events. And they, of course, lost in the Thomas Cup. So to their previous matches earlier this week, their first 2 matches went the full distance against Liu Cheng and Kang Jun of China, and then against Kimura and Sonoda of Japan. Both those matches dropped the opening game. So I wonder if they were a little bit sluggish to get off the mark. They certainly weren't sluggish yesterday in their quarterfinal against the #7 seeds, Wing Kian Hao and Tam Wee Kiong. Just 28 minutes for that quarterfinal victory. So to their opponents, and Hirata Hashimoto, 28 years of age. His partner, Noriyasu Hirata, is 30 years of age. Up 1 place in the world ranking this week to #15, but they have been in the top 10. In fact, they have been as high as 7. But you have to go back to November 2011 when they reached that career high of 7. Their win-loss record for the year, 7 individual tournaments. Couple of quarterfinals in India Superseries and the Asian Championships. So this is their first semi-final not only of the year, but their first semi-final in any tournament, as I say, since the All England Championships in 2012. But look at their great form so far. All of their matches in 2 straight games, including a 2nd round victory over the #4 seeds, Kim Ki-jung and Kim Sa-rang. So 4 match points in that 2nd game. And in the quarterfinal yesterday, they beat the #6 seeds, Lee Sheng-mu and Sai Chia-sin of Taipei. They had to come back from 11-19 down in the 2nd game and 15-20 down in that 2nd game. They saved 6 game points before they won in 2 straight games. So this Japanese pair living dangerously in that quarter-final.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Mohammed Ahsan, Hendra Setiawan, Indonesia. On my left, Hirata Hashimoto, Noriyasu Hirata, Japan. Noriyasu Hirata to serve to Mohammed Ahsan, level play.
So Lin Manda of the USA, our umpire, calls for play to begin. Julia Schroeder of Germany is our service judge. Now this is the 2nd meeting between these 2 pairs. The only previous occasion that they met was in the quarter-final stage of the Denmark Open last year. And the world champions from Indonesia won on that occasion, but they needed 3 games to do so. There it was a sidelining question, and I think it was just wide.
Service over, 1-2.
Qualifying period prior to the London Olympic Games, I very much thought in my mind that it was probably going to be Hashimoto and Hirata that would qualify as the Japanese pair. But sadly for them, they didn't qualify. Hashimoto and Kumamoto.
Service over, 5-4.
Yesterday, you would have seen how quickly men's doubles can be over and done with. Very short, sharp rallies. 28 minutes for their semi-final, for their quarter-final victory. Ahsan and Setiawan. Goodness, that's good. Mohammed Ahsan, so quick.
Service over, 5-9.
That's good judgment leaving that. Well, if you're wondering what on earth all the applause is for, I can tell you that the German mixed doubles pair, Michael Fuchs and Birgit Michels, have won their semi-final. And in double quick time, and if you blinked, you've missed it. We're already at mid-game interval, 4 minutes of play. 11-5. The defending champions.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Players on court. 11-5. Flame. Service over. 6-11.
There, finds the gap.
Service over. 12-6.
Yes.
13-6.
So quick onto every half opportunity. Setiawan there looked to be in trouble on his defence. He somehow blocked it to the net and immediately moved forward. The ability to get out of trouble.
14-6. Service over. 7-14.
I suppose the problem for the Japanese pair is how do you get into the match when there are no real rallies? Got to be careful
Service
lifting
over.
from that far side of the court because the shuttle flying a little bit quicker coming towards us. Well, by all accounts, Hashimoto quite a character within the Japanese team.
16-7.
There he is. We're just not having any rallies at all, are we? That's well taken. He does read the game so well. Setiawan, former world and Olympic champion with Marcus Kido. And at the moment, the world champions are giving their opponents a bit of a lesson. 8 minutes of the match so far, and they're 2 points away from the opening game.
Service over. 8-19.
Clever. The lift was short, and Setiawan leapt in the air, looked as if he was going to use the power play. Disguised drop shot, and a nice way to bring up game point opportunities.
Game.
Yeah.
First game won by
The
Mohammed
crowd a
Ahsan.
little stunned and
Setiawan,
bemused.
21-8.
21-8 in 9 minutes. 10 minutes, I do apologise. Yeah, that was the penultimate point with the disguised drop shot. Beautifully played by Setiawan. This was the main point Indonesians. Well, they are looking very relaxed indeed.
Ladies and gentlemen, please follow the semi-finalists in men's singles.
Manaki, one of their coaches there. It is a wonderful venue, isn't it?
For 1, 20 seconds. For 1, 20 seconds.
Metropolitan Gymnasium here in Tokyo.
The semi-finalists in men's singles of course two are Jan Jorgensen of Denmark.
Second game.
Level. The umpire is Han Soo-gyun, Korea. The
One
service
love.
judge is Yoshinobu Kawahara, Japan.
Well, started as they left off in the opening game. Controlled aggression.
Service over.
Now,
1, 2.
Japanese pair need to take control and take their chances at the net more, as they did in that rally.
Service over.
His understanding of where the shuttle's going to come, his reading of the game, is just extraordinary. Always just seems to be in the right place at the right time. Sees the gaps. There he is, coming forward again,
4, 1.
putting pressure on opponents.
Service over. 2, 5. Service over. 6, 7, 2.
What a crouch defence there from Ahsan. Look at him there, he's down on one knee as he drove that shuttle back.
Service over.
Oh, the fans desperately trying to lift the home players. Yeah,
4, 7.
actually got into the rally more. Going wide. Yeah.
Service over.
Hashimoto not
8-4.
thinking about the drift. Yeah, they work so well for each other, the Indonesian players.
9-4.
Involving the net player.
Service over. 5-9.
That was much better.
6-9.
Cross court, flat over the net, causing the damage there from Hirata.
Service over. 10-6. Eleven 6 interval.
Well, it was 11-5 was the advantage in the opening game. The World Champions. The Japanese pair run slightly better in this second game. 11-6 the advantage though to their opponents.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
And I have to say the body language of the Japanese players there, almost looking as if they were resigned to defeat.
11-6.
Maybe their quarter-final yesterday was, in a way, their final.
Thank you.
Psychologically, at the beginning of the week, they probably would have thought about their chances and said to themselves, right, let's set ourselves a target, let's try and get to the semi-finals. Having achieved that, which is above expectations really, then they're maybe happy and content, but in all honesty, what do you do against play like that? Where do you find the weaknesses? That's quick. It's so quick. They're both so quick.
13-6.
I remember when they won their first Super Series title last year, the World Champions. They weren't World Champions at the time, though. And they won the Malaysian Super Series in January of 2013. And they won.
13.
And all of their matches were under 30 minutes in duration. It must be their style or something. It's how these rallies are so short, how they win their matches so quickly. It's extraordinary.
Service over. 14-7.
clever play from Hashimoto.
8-14.
Change of pace. Yeah, it's nice.
Service over, 15-8.
Well worked. Good use of the mid-court area. That one there, the return of serve. And it was that good return of serve that really set up the whole rally. Yes, the drift. That's the second time he hasn't thought about that.
16-9.
Looks and smiles at his coach. Yeah, I know. You've told me about it. I know about it.
$17-9.
Just wide.
Service over, 10-17.
Oh. Yeah,
Service
luck of the net
over,
cord.
18-10.
Well, Japanese pair just have not been able to match their opponents today. It's all one-way traffic. Yeah, 2 points away,
19.
the defending
10.
champions from being in the final once more.
Match point, 10.
That's just extraordinary. 21-8, 21-10. And Mohamed Ahsan and Setiawan needing just 24 minutes
Match
to book their
won
place
by
in
Mohamed
tomorrow's
Ahmed.
final.
Setiawan, 21-8, 21-10.
And it's only 20 minutes of actual play. Well, there's a reason why they're world champions, but matches only lasting 24 minutes is really fairly extraordinary. So safely through to the final. And the defending champions from Indonesia. Well, only their 4th tournament of the year. Won the All England Championships in March. And if they play anything like that tomorrow, they'll be very, very hard to beat. So through to the final, Mohamed Ahsan and Hendra Setiawan. Confirmation of the score once again, 21-8, 21-10 in 24 minutes. So their confirmation that 4 of our 5 semi-finals have been completed, and I think that men's doubles, one of the quickest semi-finals that I've ever witnessed. Just 24 minutes for the defending champions and reigning world champions Mohamed Ahsan and Hendra Setiawan. Have to say it was a delight though to see Hashimoto and Hirata back to form. 27 months since they've been in a semi-final. Well, over 3 years since they've been in a final, that Japanese men's doubles pair, and the wait will sadly go on for them. Our next semi-final is, of course, mixed doubles, and it features the Olympic champions Jiang Nan and Zhao Yunlei up against Kenichi Hawakawa and Saki Matsutomo. Matsutomo, of course, in her second semi-final of the day, because she got us underway at midday today here in Tokyo, playing with Takahashi, and they beat the number 5 seeds Jang Ye-na and Kim So-young of Korea, and beat them very convincingly indeed as well. Well, the Metropolitan Gymnasium here, there you can see the men's doubles draw and the opponents of the defending champions in tomorrow's final are the number 5 seeds Lee Yong-dae and Yoo Young-sung of Korea. They had a 2-game victory over Pratama and Saputro of Indonesia. So Lee Yong-dae making his return to international badminton in individual competition, and very welcome to see him playing so well as well. So there we can see that Korea against Indonesia for tomorrow's men's doubles final. So now we can turn our attention to the men's singles, and I can tell you that one of the men's singles is still in progress. We can have a quick look at the draw, because we've just seen Lee Chong-wei, the world number 1, beat Kenichi Tago in 2 straight games. Lee Chong-wei really was very, very impressive. Now look at that from semi-final stage. All the talk and expectation before the start of the tournament was the return of the reigning world and Olympic champion Lin Dan. He didn't make it through to semi-final stage, and nor did the former champion Chen Long, the world number 2. He went out as well, and I can tell you that Janor Jorgensen, the number 3 seed from Denmark, is in progress against Hu Yun of Hong Kong, the number 8 seed. I can tell you that Hu Yun is currently 20-13 up in the first game. So that's the state of the men's singles at the moment. Look at the women's singles. And we know tomorrow's final, the Olympic champion, Lee Shui-rei. We watched her earlier against Sung Ji-hyun. Won on her 8th match point opportunity, having been 20-14 up in that second game. Bottom half of the draw, the 2012 champion, Tai Su Ying of Taipei, the number 6 seed. Well, she had to battle back from a game deficit. Very impressive in the 3rd game, 21-9. So before we get underway with the mixed doubles, I suppose the men's doubles went so quickly, we get a chance to look at the women's doubles draw. And there you can see, well, Matsutomo and Takahashi, they're safely through. Extraordinary, isn't it, that semi-final, only 2 nations involved. In fact, at quarter-final stage, there you can see only 3 nations involved from quarter-final, and no Chinese pairs in semi-final stage. Both semi-finals, Korea against Japan. It is possible that it could be an all-Japanese women's doubles final tomorrow. But that second semi-final yet to take place, and that will take place on an adjoining court. So to the mixed doubles, the semi-final that we're about to see will determine who meets the Germans. Michael Fuchs and Birgit Michels. Well, they had a good win against the Hong Kong pair of Lee Chun-hei and the left-handed Chow Hoi-hwa, who themselves had beaten the number 2 seeds, Mr. and Mrs. Adcock, in yesterday's quarter-final. So we're just about ready for our last semi-final of the afternoon. The Olympic champions, Jiang Nan and Zhao Yunlei, 2-time winners of this Yonex Open Japan, having won in 2010 and last year as well. They're up against Kenichi Hawakawa and Misaki Matsutomo.
1コートでミックスダブルス準決勝を行います。
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the semi-finalists in mixed doubles.
So the defending champions, the Olympic champions, Jiang Nan and Zhao Yunlei, lead out the semi-finalists. And for Kenichi Hawakawa and Misaki Matsutomo, this is a new experience as far as mixed doubles is concerned, because this is their first ever Super Series semi-final in the mixed doubles discipline. Well, as the players make their way onto court, I'm absolutely delighted to welcome Anders Christiansen of Denmark, 3 times European bronze medalist in both men's doubles and mixed doubles. Of course, was playing here with Julie Hellman. And as we look at the Olympic champions, I know you've played against the Olympic champions. Of course, playing against the Japanese pair who have never been in a Super Series semi-final previously. I assume you're thinking the same way as me, that the Chinese pair are overwhelming favourites.
Yeah, I would say so. The Japanese pair are really up against it today. But let's see with the home crowd and behind them, and they've had a good tournament so far. So hopefully they can produce a good match, and it'll be close.
Yeah, I hope so, because I know that you've very kindly run hot foot from the training courts to come and be with us for this mixed doubles. But I don't think anybody would have expected that men's doubles to be over in 24 minutes. That was extraordinary.
Yeah, I almost got caught down in the training hall because I was expecting the men's doubles to be a bit longer than it turned out to be. So I'm still a little bit sweaty from the session I had just before here.
Yeah, well, don't worry about that. We're absolutely delighted to have you. Now, of course, for a player, you've been a player that has played 2 disciplines, so I think it's now fair to say you concentrate on the mixed doubles discipline. Here we've got the Japanese players. Now, both of the Japanese players have played earlier in the tournament in other disciplines. And for Matsutomo, well, she's playing her 2nd semi-final of the day. Is that going to be an effect for her?
Yeah, I think it's going to be an advantage for her, because the hall is a little bit different from day to day. The shuttles seem to vary a little bit in their speed, so she's already gotten used to that, and I think she feels comfortable on court, and with the win earlier, she must be confident that she can do a good job again later here today.
Yeah. Well, when you look at the Chinese statistics there, that emphasises your point that it's a tall order. They're the world #1s. And the way they've played so far has been pretty impressive. Their quarter-final victory over Mohamed Rajal and Vita Maressa. Nice to see that Indonesian pair back together, because, of course, they won the tournament here back in 2008, did that Indonesian pair. Hour and 2 minutes it was yesterday for that quarter-final, but the former world champions, the current Olympic champions, Jiang Nan, 24 years of age, Zhao Yunlei, 27. So impressive so far. So to the Japanese pair, well, they are not seeded in this tournament. They're currently number 19 in the world ranking. Number 11 on the Destination Dubai list, though, the Super Series final race to Dubai. And their win-loss record for the year is in the -6. Previous tournaments, 1 quarter-final. That was the All England Championships, where they lost out to JPN and Ma Jin. Well, so far, they've been pretty impressive. because in the very first round they beat the number 4 seed Sukip Prakmol and Saralithan Tongkan, who won this Japan Open title back in 2005. And in fact, they had to save 3 game points in that second game before coming through 22-20. And in the quarterfinal yesterday against the young Chinese pair of Lin Qinghui and Tang Yu. Very comfortable indeed. 34 minutes for that. So our court officials, Choi Jae from Korea, service judge from Sri Lanka.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Kenichi Hayakawa and Misaki Matsutomo, Japan. And on my left, Zhang Nan and Zhao Winlei, China. Misaki Matsutomo to serve to Zhang Nan. Love all, play.
So the unseeded Japanese combination of Kenichi Hayakawa and Misaki Matsutomo getting the semi-final underway. This is actually the 4th meeting between these two pairs. The 3 previous occasions have all been won by Zhang Nan and Zhao Yunlei. The last time they met was in the 2nd round of the China Masters Super Series event last year. So 2 straight games. I suppose, Anas, what do you say as a player when you and your partner are playing against a pair that you've lost to previously, you've never beaten? Do you go onto court with tactics saying, right, we're going to try something completely different this time, or do you build on how you've played before?
I think it's just in a matter of details, because you can't really change the game you play. You always start off with your own game plan, and of course you have to change just some details depending on the pair you play. So I don't think the Japanese pair will change anything major, but I hope they'll change just a little bit, especially in the serve and return game, because I think that's where they're gonna struggle today. If they don't come up with anything, they're gonna end up on the losing side. I hope they flick serve to Simon Lai a lot.
Oh, that's interesting.
Bring her back from the net and try to push her at the back, and hopefully they can make the court a little bit bigger for the Chinese pair.
So is that because you think she's so good at the net that you need to push her off, or because you think she's weak at the back? Or combination of them both, I suppose.
Sort of a combination, because she's so strong when she's just standing there at the net. If you can make her work a little bit on the back court, and then she just tends to back off a little bit from the net, and hopefully the Japanese pair will take advantage of that.
We do talk endlessly in doubles, don't we, about the serve return and third shot and the importance of that. And you just emphasise that once again. I also do think, and this is going to sound a little daft, because Zhao Yunlei, first player in badminton Olympic history to win 2 gold medals at the same Olympics. 7 other players have won 2 gold medals, but first player to win 2 in the same Olympics, of course. Oh, there's the flick serve you wanted, and it should have been punished. But you know, to me, I look at her, and we are talking fine details, as you said, but I think Zhao Yunlei also has a weakness in defence. I think smashing across the body is often a good tactic.
Yeah, I think when she's on defence, she's not that strong. But if you can vary your shots, if you can choose your shot selection very well, some drop shots and some shots on her right shoulder and different stuff at her, then she's a little bit weak on defense. But if you just hit it hard at her the same place every time, you can't hit it through her.
No, okay. Well, short. Oh, in fact, very short. It didn't go over.
5-4.
I always think this Japanese combination, 2 outstanding doubles players in level doubles, Hayakawa, usually plays with Endo in the men's doubles. In fact, they're currently #1 on the Destination Dubai list. And Matsutomo, of course, playing with Takahashi in the women's doubles. You put them together on a mixed doubles court, and everybody assumes if you've got two good doubles players, they're naturally going to make a good partnership. But mixed doubles is so much more complex than that, isn't it?
Yeah, it's complicated mixed doubles. It seems like you can always make the easy choice in mixed doubles, but it's just difficult. Like it feels different when you stand on court than when you just watch it. It seems like there's always a lot of room to play the shuttles, but it's just different. And of course, your movement on the court is a little bit different from the level of doubles. As a men's doubles player going into mixed doubles, you have to cover a lot of the court by yourself, and you have to push your girl to the net a lot. So that it's different, but Hayakawa and Matsutomo do a good job of playing to their strength, I think.
It's interesting you say that, because I mean last year when I watched them play, and the number of times, in fact 8 times in international competitions, they lost in the first round, and I kept watching them and I kept saying to myself, how is this possible? They're both world-class doubles players. How is it they're not gelling on the mixed doubles court? But as we're seeing already in this semi-final, they have learned a bit more of the understanding and the tactical awareness of mixed doubles.
Yeah, I think before, I would say in the last 3 or 4 months, they've started building on their mixed doubles a little bit more, and it seems like they found a good game plan where they push Matsutomo a little bit more into the net. Before it was almost like they just played half-court singles with each other.
Yes.
And now they've pushed Matsutomo a little bit more into the net, and Hayakawa gets to work a lot at the back, which he's really good at.
Yeah, proving your point. Matsutomo, wonderful little block at the net. From the back level, too tall. That's clever. Virtually cutting Zhao Yunlei out of the game. That's a good rally. Oh, it's called good.
That looked long.
Yeah, they're going to challenge that.
That was close.
Yeah. Well, it was called in.
Hayakawa is challenging. The line call.
Yeah, backline call. We'll need Hawkeye to make the decision for us. Great innovation in the sport of badminton, I hope you agree.
It's fantastic. I hope they get on all the courts, because it's so important. Let's see.
It was out. Yeah. Good challenge.
Correction.
We don't want our sport being ruined by a few wrong line calls.
No.
So it would be good to, and of course it's just a human being sitting on the sideline, so it's easy, you can make a mistake. So
we all make mistakes.
Of course you do. So Hawkeye is a really good innovation, I think.
Yeah, I concur. So into the lead now. Japanese combination. Oh, those serve deflected by the net cord. Fall short. Oh, what a great serve, my goodness me. No, it looked to me as if Zhang Nan thought he was already at the mid-game interval. It looked as if he was going off to the side of the court. That's very, very good. Taking it early from that mid-court area. So important for you male players in the mixed doubles, isn't it? It's crucial.
You have to close in really close behind your girl, so there's no room to play in the mid-court. And Zhang Nan does maybe the best job in the world for that. Reaching the shuttle really early, especially on his backhand side, actually. His cross-court drive from his backhand is is outstanding.
Yeah. Just going back to the Hawkeye situation, I'd like to ask you about, now we've seen the system works, it works well, and we've got these wonderful animations and we can all see it again, we can all participate, the fans can see if there's a challenge and so on. And I'm of the belief that we actually need more challenges, and I've suggested that 2 challenges per game rather than per match. And if you go to 20 all, 1 extra challenge, so a bit like tennis where they have 3 challenges per set and an extra challenge if it goes to a tiebreaker. What's your feeling on that?
For sure, I think almost the more challenges the better. I mean, because you don't want nobody's going to challenge a call that they know is right. They're only going to challenge a call that is really close, and you don't want a game to be decided on a wrong call. So
no.
So I can't see the problem in having more challenges.
Yeah. Of course, you don't want the game to be interrupted, the flow. No. So I think you have to limit it in some way. But I think 2 challenges per match is not sufficient.
No.
Yeah, there's that drive again from Jiang Nan. Tried the block the second time.
As soon as the Japanese pair get the rallies out more than 6 to 8 shots, they have a good chance in winning the rallies. As soon as the shuttle doesn't go over the net more than 3 or 4 times, they lose almost all the rallies. So they have to keep it going out of the first 3 shots, get the rally going, and they have a good chance. Good guess.
Great dive from Kenichi Hayakawa. My goodness me. Yeah, no wonder he smiles after that.
He did the right thing in that rally by on the 3rd shot lifting it over Zhao Yunai. It became a little bit short. She had a good chance to smash it down the line, but he did the right thing by just lifting it over her head.
13-11.
Good steep smash by Zhao Yunai.
Yeah, I'm sort of feeling a bit guilty in my mind that I've talked about a weakness on defence and so on, because she's a world-class player. How can we be critical of a double Olympic champion? But
well, we're not talking about a way to beat her with 12 in a game. We're talking about having a chance to maybe bring it close.
Yeah.
And you got to find the small places where she's not world-class.
Yeah.
Where she's just a little bit weak.
Yeah.
And those are some of the spots. If you Hayakawa has got to vary his shots more in offense. He just hits it hard every single time. Has to play a little bit of a slice sometimes, or the short drop shot to Zhao Yunai.
That's a good serve again. I know they won the rally anyway, the Japanese pair, but that was probably a beautiful example of what you've just said. That